We welcome you to the Augusta Civic Center as Muncie Media Sports brings you YSCC basketball. Tonight, the Lynx of NHTI are here to take on the Moose here from the Augusta Civic Center. Hello, everybody. I'm Rob Munsing. I'm joined here by Nate Munsing. We'll have senior recognition night coming up. One senior to recognize on the ladies' side, and probably one of the premier players for the past 4 years here in the YSCC and in this division in the nation, and Caitlin LaFountain. Caitlin's had the great career, and she's been recognized for her great play here for the Moose. Unfortunately, Caitlin out of action here the last couple of games and will not play again tonight as she's sidelined here and will be sidelined, unfortunately, for the remainder of the season. But when we take a look at Caitlin LaFountain's career here, began her career here on a very good team back in 2015, 2016 when Jamie Plummer was running up and down the floor here, and she combined as a freshman to come in and have a very, very strong year. She scored 455 points in that first game, in that first year for her, only matched by her 2017-2018 season, 1,415 overall points, 1,000-point scorer plus for Caitlin LaFountain. We were here last year when she went over the 1,000 mark, and it was a game late in the season. We were glad to be able to bring you that one here from the Augusta Civic Center. But a great 4-year career for Caitlin LaFountain, a multi-sport athlete here, also a cross-country runner here for the Moose, an outstanding Dean List student, and just everything you'd want in a college athlete, Nate. So they'll do the lineup here first for the Lynx. Melissa Mattel.
A guard from Colebrook, New Hampshire, number 3, Michaela Byron. A guard from Epsom, New Hampshire, number 4, Olivia
Lang-Gevin.
Number 10, Brooklyn Zanis.
Brooklyn Zanis.
Number 14, Jillian Duzanis.
And Jillian Duzanis, the starting 5 for the Lynx. And now they'll have the lights out. They're going to have a little bit of senior recognition here tonight for Caitlin LaFountain, just like they did in the men's game here. They've got a video that they'll play of Caitlin's highlights. We'll do the best we can to bring it to you down here from the Augusta Civic Center.
It's been such a pleasure to be a part of your journey the last 4 years, Kate. You've accomplished so many incredible things here at UMA, and your legacy will live on long after you graduate. Thank you for everything that you've given to this program. We're so proud of you, and we love you, Kate.
Hey, Caitlin, just wanted to say congratulations on a fantastic career playing basketball here at UMA. You've been a phenomenal leader on and off the court, a great teammate, and just a wonderful person overall. I wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. Congratulations, Caitlin.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I please have Caitlin LaFountain and her parents to the floor?
So real classy senior recognition moment for Caitlin LaFountain by the administration here for the Moose. Caitlin's family coming down there. They're an athletic family for sure. Mom and dad, both coaches. Brother plays on the men's team. So Alex down there with the rest of the family still in uniform, so that's kind of cool. Kind of hard to see here.
Yeah,
the lights off
for us to see with.
But really nice. I saw what they had set for the kids tonight. The seniors, the 3 men: Dustin Simpson, Bragg, Noah Thompson, Jake Cummings, and Caitlin LaFountain on the women's side. They had nice pictures of their career all montaged together, and really, really well done. First class.
Introduce Caitlin LaFountain, a senior for the last time at the University of Maine in Augusta, Civic Center floor.
So that's awesome. Awesome moment.
And now for your UMA Moose starting lineup. A guard from Milton Township. Number 5, Emily Billings. A guard from Dixmont, Maine.
So it'll be Emily Billings.
Sydney Moore.
Sydney Moore, the fine outside shooter, averaging 15 points a game.
Number 12, Sydney LeBlanc.
Sydney LeBlanc gets the start here tonight out of Madison.
Number 31, Mallory Chamberlain.
Mallory Chamberlain out of South China, Maine, Erskine Academy.
Number 43,
And Kate Stevens rounds out the starting lineup for your Moose. And here come the lights back up, so that's good. We need them. Nice ceremony here for senior recognition night. Pleased to be able to bring you this final Moose game for us on our schedule. Great to be back here for another year of basketball here for the Moose. We love doing the games here from the Augusta Civic Center. Get our scoreboard up, revved up, ready to go. 10 minutes set to go. In a makeup game in YSCC action tonight of a snow out last week, Uni traveled over to Central Maine Community College, all Mustangs. They won that one going away, so they have clinched the #1 seed. On the take it, rolled out for Byron. And here come the Moose. Here's where you want to start right there. Sydney Moore bangs just inside the arc for a 2-point basket. As we said, Sydney averaging 15 points a game, the sharpshooter out of Dixmont. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Let's set the records for the two teams. The Lynx come in at 12 and 11 overall, 8 and 7 in the conference. The Moose 9 and 14 overall, 7 and 8 in the conference. So a big game here for seeding purposes. In the first game between the two teams, it was a Lynx win, a 72-64 win. But that would have been with Caitlin LaFountain playing. Of course, Caitlin brings a lot of pure basketball on the floor, shooting, defense, rebounding, the whole part of her game. So they'll certainly miss Caitlin here tonight.
Yeah, it's a huge void to fill, and it's sad in a sense, Rob, that she won't be able to at least play in the last game here on the court.
Here come the Lynx. They'll pop it up and down by Byron. Byron ties up the game. Sydney going to get it inside. Kate Stevens got a lane, puts it up a little bit too high. Didn't get down for her. Martell. Back over here to Zuzanis. Now right side. Sydney Moore went on the backup, but they couldn't get it to her now. Kate Stevens trying to get her inside. She got her space off the glass and home. When Kate gets in there, she's tough.
Yeah, all I think that happened on that previous possession, Rob, is that she didn't really wasn't aware of where she was on the court. A lot of those post players rely on the markings down underneath to be able to kind of locate where they are, and it really sets their shot ahead of time so they know what angle they need to be at. There, she did a much better job getting her heads down, being more confident of where she was, and being able to pull the trigger on it.
So 4-2 now. Got a quick timeout from the bench. Coach Johnson wanted to talk to her troops here, so they'll gather up here. We'll stay right here with this, and we'll thank the fine folks at UMA for having us on for another year. Thank our anchor sponsors, Spectrum Healthcare Partners, The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation, main athletic fundraising, anchor sponsors. And when we say anchor sponsors, as many of you know, we do not only these college games, but we also do lots and lots and lots of high school sports. And, of course, here those anchor sponsors help us bring all those games to you. And, of course, the fine folks here at the University of Maine at Augusta who brought us on some, probably 6 or 7 years ago to start doing this streaming stuff. They heard about it. They said, oh, there's streaming going on. You folks do that? And we said, yep, we do. And we've been here since, and it's been a nice partnership. That was rung out.
Number 10, Brooklyn Zanis.
So Zanis got the rebound, put it back in. Brooklyn Zanis out of Pembroke, New Hampshire. As metropolitan and diverse as the men's team is, Nate, for the Lynx, this is all homegrown New Hampshire kids
Number 3, Michaela
here
Myers.
playing for Coach Johnson. She's assisted by Meg Schott and Connor Lane. Alex Stern in charge of the Moose woman his first year, Kelly LaFountain, his assistant coach. A nice finish. That was a hard one by Byron, but she got it under control and put it up and home, 8-4. So the Lynx have come back to being down 4-2.
Yeah, and I think the Lynx are trying to take advantage of pushing the ball a little bit. As you can see from home, that UMA is more of a offensive come down and set up a play, run a play, and get it down and be a little bit more methodical down the offensive end. But the Lynx, just like the men's team, they like to push the ball and get up and down, get shots up really quickly. And I think there's a pretty big advantage here for the Lynx against UMA if they're going to continue to run that style.
Chamberlain back outside. There's your shooter.
Number 10, Sydney Moore for
Sydney is deadly out there, and she got the shot she wanted. They should try to run an offense, you would think, through Sydney. She's going to be the prime scorer here tonight, and see if they can't get Sydney loose for a couple of threes. She's got 5 quick points out of the 7 points that the Moose have. So
Yeah, she's brought the ball up a couple times, and really that's really taken her out early in the possession. Now that Billings is bringing the ball up, it's going to give her a little bit more opportunity. You get Kate Stevens to start pulling out and hitting those. Those are big shots, because what that does, Rob, it's going to pull the defender way out to have to guard her and remove a lot of obstacles down underneath. You're going to have more opportunity there.
number 12.
Gazana's in the game, and she hit one out of Sunapee, New Hampshire, Mary Gazana.
Pretty good back and forth here, just like the men's game.
Yeah, 10-10. Well, I don't know if we can hit that score. That was probably the highest scoring game. I think that 127 to 113 was a men's final. The Lynx won. So Byron, Coach Johnson says, let's go. She does. Skips it left side here. But it came in the hands of Sydney Moore. Here comes Sydney. Sydney pulls it up. Chamberlain outside. Almost stolen away, and is stolen away. That was a good read by Zanis. Here she comes. Puts it up. She gets fouled. A pair of 10s getting knocked around.
Good foul by Sydney Moore, actually, Rob. Take that away. There's no opportunity there to get a three-point play, and she did a good job going for the ball.
Glad you could join us tonight on Facebook, wherever you're watching from. We're on Facebook. We're on the Muncie Media site, on the UMA feed as well. On the Boxcast app, you can watch us on your Apple TV or Roku device. Download the Boxcast app. Sydney, a little give and go. And Kate didn't get the ball down in time. Got called on the travel.
Yeah, they keep kind of working one side, Rob. Really what they need to do is come down this right-hand side, get a quick rotation over to the left, and that'll transition the defense a little bit if they want to have those face cuts available to them.
Emily Billings got in the passing lane, tipped it out of bounds. Right over by Cameron Creamer. Cameron doing the live stats, and we're on the live stats tonight. Byron with 6 early points here for the Lynx. Zanis would appear. Gazana would appear.
Number 2, Melissa Martell.
And Martell now chips in her first points of the game. Melissa Martell, left side. Man defense played by the Lynx. Zipped inside, back outside to Kate Stevens. She launches home. That's her second three of the game. Kate Stevens downtown. Kate Stevens launching them up and down.
Yeah, just no answer, though, on the dribble drive. The Lynx a little bit more athletic, I think, Rob, out on the perimeter with their ability to dribble down in and create shots.
That was Lynn Gevin. Back cut. Sydney goes in, gets fouled.
Nice understanding there from Sydney. The overplay on that, basically that wing pass, just a quick back door, and they had her pass a little bit behind her that she had to gather, but was able to draw the foul.
Pop right outside. A little baseline shot, didn't get down. Left side now. Conley in the game. Brianna Conley
Number 5, Brianna Conley.
knocks one down. In trouble is Kate. She goes up, gets a rebound back, and loses it out of bounds.
Boy, I don't know how. I think that's Dan Nadeau down at
Yeah.
the bottom there, how he missed the travel, but in regards, Kate was okay with it. She almost was able to get that back up to the rim, but
Good one going here. 13 for the Moose. They trail by 3.
and look at that.
Gazana.
I really like what the Lynx are doing here. They're really pulling up everyone up towards basically the high post area and sending one person down in, whether it's dribbling down in or being able to feed it. But Sydney's the equalizer at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, the way
she
she's
sure
shooting.
is. One and done. Emily Billings up the right side over the Hancock Lumber logo. Emily Billings gets it back outside, dishes inside, gets it back, splits it deep, puts it up, won't roll home. Rebound pulled down by Bisson. They get it right side. A floater drawing the contact. Lynn Gevin. She'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, but importantly, that's on Sydney Moore. She's got to really kind of step back away from the defensive side here with having 2 fouls in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've got to have her in basketball battle for sure. She's got 8 points. 2 for 2 from 3-point range for Sydney. 2016. Chamberlain, Billings, they play back and forth. Chamberlain will bring it over. Spins, gets a double, gets it back outside to Stevens. Stevens works down, goes in hard, puts it up. Some good help defense there. Gazana stepped in. She gets it back outside here. This is Martell. Martell's going to ring it up, but right in there for the easy putback. Langevin. (22-16). Moore kicks it back over to LeBlanc. She's going to bring it in back outside for the 3. Rolls up. Sydney made it hard on herself, actually, but she drew the foul. I think she had a straight lane in, but she decided to go reverse on it, and when she went reverse, she got hit.
Yeah, I think she had a tough angle on the front side, Rob, so she had to go and work over to that far side, and it ended up paying out for her because she got the foul.
Kate Stevens with 8 and Sydney Moore with 8 of the high scores. Sydney with 9 now. Catherine Sanborn comes in the game, number 14. Sydney dips, shoots, got it.
Number 10, Sydney Moore, 2 good at the line.
So good first quarter for Sydney. She's got 10 points. Good first quarter for both teams, 22-18. Well played quarter. Back outside. Popped outside there. Got a 3 ball.
Number 4, Olivia Langevin.
Langevin has been good. And we'll get a held ball with 26 seconds left.
Oh, that was a great fake by Billings.
Yeah.
And Chamberlain coming back out and a steal here.
Chamberlain did a good job not traveling with that. Sanborn with it, goes in, kicks it back outside. Way downtown and rung home.
That's incredible. That's
Sydney Moore.
4 straight.
What a quarter for Sydney. Kate's got it if she can get it up, and it would have counted, but it was kind of long range there. So good first quarter. You see the score, 25-21. We've got a good one brewing here. We'll take the quarter break. We'll come back. We'll have more basketball here from the Augusta Civic Center after this message.
Junior Trojan Football and Cheering would like to thank Maine Athletic Fundraising for allowing us to build this beautiful facility. We raised $18,000 in our first year with Maine Athletic Fundraising, $28,000 last year, and we hope to top that again this year.
Good one here from the Augusta Civic Center. Rob Munson, Nate Munson bringing you basketball battle here. It's been a good one. These teams pretty evenly matched. We said in the first game that they played, it was a loss for the Moose, 72-64. We're kind of on pace for that type of game here again. And we'll take a look at the high scorers. Langevin has got 7 points, 6 points for Byron. For the Moose, it was Sydney Moore with 13 points and Kate Stevens chipping with 8, so great first quarter. 25-21. Sanborn gets it back. Catherine goes in strong, and she's good along the baseline, knows how to use that space there. She worked it in and knew the contact was coming. When it came, she was able to withstand the contact. Didn't get the basket, but she'll get 2.
Yeah, it's interesting. Her kind of game is taking the ball to the hole, and they don't really have a lot of those kind of players, Rob, like they have in the past, right? I mean, they're missing. Caitlin was able to dribble down in and take the ball all the way down, but she does a really nice job. You get a lot of cutters and people that move off the ball, but she's got the ability to dribble down in, which is a big advantage, and it helps out their entire offense.
Kate back outside, puts it up, won't go. Chased down by Martel. Martel. And second chance opportunity.
Yeah, UMA doing struggling a little bit right now, Rob, on the defensive rebounding. A couple easy putbacks for the Lynx so far.
Langevin again.
Great fake.
Sydney goes, gets doubled. She might travel. Yeah, she did. Made a little bit room for herself, but
yeah, it's
traveled.
almost, yeah, she needed like half a dribble more to the baseline to create a little bit more space, so she could have spun back in, and that second defender would have been a non-factor.
Held out there in the forecourt. That's way downtown and knocked down for Zanis. Brooklyn Zanis.
I mean, that's a pretty good contest. I mean, she really didn't have time to even put her hand up, but she was right there on the ball.
Good ball movement here. Came out to Billings. She's got a long 3, but the rebound came out long too. Here comes the run. That was great hustle back by Emily Billings. Boy.
I don't know, just based off of how the ball reacted
they called
to that.
the foul?
Yeah, it looked like Billings had that in her hand almost, and it went out of bounds.
Looked like it was all ball.
She's kind of smirking, so I feel like it's more of a block than it is a foul. Yeah, there you go. There's we like to say, the ball never lies.
Langevin will get a second one here. Olivia Langevin's been very good. She's high scorer. Here, with 9 points. Billings back outside. Sanborn goes, fakes, puts it up, just missed on the iron. And they're looking to run. They get it ahead quickly here to Byron. But Kate Stevens on the rebound to Sydney. Sydney Moore downshifts, brings it back out. They come out on it, doesn't matter. Sydney is on fire. Call the Augusta Fire Department. Come put the fire out here at the Augusta Civic Center.
You want to let that burn, Rob. She
Boy,
needs to
oh
continue just firing. They got to get her to touch every offensive possession at this point.
She's 5 for 6. Now she's going to be 6 for 7. They haven't put her final points up.
Yeah, and I
That was
believe the
Martell.
only reason that I don't know if they count this as a miss is that foul, right?
Catherine Sanborn inside dishes to Stevens. She tries to make a little room for herself, but she traveled in doing it. Yeah, so Sydney Moore is 5 for 6 from the floor, 3 for 3 from three-point range. Perfect from the free throw line. She's got 3 rebounds, 15 points. But the Moose got work to do. They trail 33-23. So that'll help. Sanborn's got a steal. Comes Catherine with it. Sydney outside, thought about it, head and shoulder fake, pulls it back out. She'll draw some attention. Stevens trying to find the cutter here. Dished inside to Stevens, a tough one. Kate got it, went up, got killed. Good job by Kate. That was a hard one. She had 3 defenders on her, but she was able to pull the ball up and make an attempt at the shot, which sends her to free throw line. So 6:54 left here. Kate dip shoots. That one won't go.
Stevens, one good at the line.
One at the line. Comes Byron. Back outside. Langevin, she's gonna put it up and won't go. Get it back outside. She'll get another one out there. She's a good little quick point guard. Shot from way downtown by Zanis. Didn't get that one, but Martell got the rebound. But now Sanborn tried to get through traffic, couldn't do it. It was saved from going out of bounds by Zanis. Popped way downtown. Gazana couldn't get it home, and let's see, we got a foul in the action, so Moose trying to get back into this one. Sydney Moore, they come right out on her. Sydney needs to shake herself loose, I think, on this possession. She can. Emily goes hard, puts it up and puts it home, and she got fouled. Emily Billings protected the ball well on the right side. Scoop shot up and down for Emily Billings, and a chance to cut more into this lead. Petrovic will come back into the game here for the Moose. Might be her first appearance in the game. I think it is. Yes, Petrovic's first time in. She's number 33 in your roster. Jenna's out of Winslow High School. Popped way downtown. That didn't get down from Martell. Ball's loose. Scooped up. Came to Byron. She's going to pull it back out. Moore's on her. She's going to pop it way downtown. Won't go. And Emily Billings came flying in for the rebound. Way downtown, popped out there. Looked good on the shot, but didn't get down for Chamberlain. Skipped right side. That's Bisson in the game, and she got it knocked away from her out of bounds. Glad you could join us here. Muncie Media's production of Moose Basketball. Our final Moose call of the season coming tonight. Lest we see the Moose in the postseason, as we'll cover the final 4 games. So if the Moose are able to win their quarterfinal game and move to the Kirk Hall site on the campus of Central Maine Community College. We'll see them there. And we wish them the best of luck. We always pull for our teams that we cover. Emily's going to pull it out. Emily Billings, back cut. Nicely done. It went right over the head of Chamberlain. But Petrovic in the right place, in the corner. Sanborn came late, lays it up and in. Nice job.
14, Catherine Sanborn.
Good read by Sanborn. Saw the lane was clear. Came down. Got it going. Langevin, she has been the high scorer. Sydney Moore's been high scorer for the Moose. That's a good hard take, but rolled out for Byron. And the Moose a chance to close this gap down to a single possession. Sanborn saw the lane. She goes in it. Kicks it back outside. Back over to Chamberlain. Chamberlain's going to front iron it. Rebound's going to come into the hands of Melissa Martell. Martell goes, and Sanborn stepped in and fouled her. This isn't a very tall Lynx team at all. They're probably the tallest girl out there is Lauren Bisson. They don't have any heights on them, but they like to get up and down the floor. They're 1 to the good on the season, 12-11 overall, 8-7 in the conference. So they're right in the middle of the pack. I think Moose had a violation. Petrovic, I think, moved early, and I wasn't sure if anybody saw it. Didn't matter.
Number 2, Melissa Martell, 1 good at the line.
Petrovic. Was out of trouble right through the wickets. Nice cut. Goes to Sydney Moore. Yep.
Number
That's
10, Sydney Moore.
It's a girls.
money, honey.
We've seen her shoot well in the past, but I don't think I've ever seen anything like this from her.
6 out of 7, Nate. And not easy shots.
Smart play, though, because what she was trying to get was trying to get Billings to touch that, so then she could pick it back up, and it wouldn't have been a backcourt because it would have been touched by her. So
yeah, it was a little, Emily plays all hell-bent for election, and you see her on the floor a lot. Yeah, you would think every possession would rotate around somehow to give
Sydney's got
to give Sydney a touch on each possession here, the way that she has been shooting so well. Martell now. Kick back outside. Martell rolls it up and out. LeBlanc with it here. They didn't find Sydney, and so she's going to take this one in. Goes up, gets it knocked out of bounds. Duzanis back in the game. Jillian Duzanis. Comes out, there's the shooter. That one rolls out. Only the second miss of the night so far. Conley with it, Brianna Conley. Byron way out high. Three-point shot rolls up there, no good. Emily Billings tracks down the long rebound. She comes, pulls it up. Sydney Moore's got it. Sydney splits the D, gets fouled.
She's just making all the right choices too, Rob. You know, she understands that, okay, at this point I can dribble out, take this shot, or if I get the pass out here, I can go ahead and make the attempt. And, you know, she's not just choosing to shoot outside shots. She's doing a really nice job taking the ball in and creating fouls. And she's really got the team right back into this thing, only down by 3. You know, kudos to Billings to take over and kind of, you know, have her influence here within the game. She wasn't really present early on, but she certainly has. And Petrovic's having some difficulty with the foul shots. Just took away a point.
Sydney Moore.
Yeah, so take one off the board. She's got 18 now. Does Sydney Moore, averaging 15 on the season. So back cut. It was ended up being a fake back cut.
Yeah.
It was pretty well defended. And
The classic you zigged when
Yeah.
I thought you were going to zag.
so we got timeout on the floor. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a full timeout. So we'll take timeout as well. Come back. We'll finish the second quarter. We come back. You see the score, 34-31. We're back after this.
No one likes to wait for anything. Who has extra time to waste?
The answer is no one. We get it. It used to be hard to get in here, but things have changed.
Your world is moving fast, and so are we.
If you've been hurt at work, at home, on the field, or on the course, we can see you fast.
The orthopedic team at Spectrum Healthcare Partners is here to keep you out there on your schedule.
Ortho Access is now open in Saco at OA Centers for Orthopedics, 15 Lund Road, Monday through Fridays. Come visit us with your acute injuries, pains, and strains. We'll get you back to the activities you enjoy.
Ortho Access is a great feature for Spectrum Healthcare Partners. Want to give a shout out to Michael Martineau, watching from the van down by the river.
Down by the river.
Michael Martineau down by the river in the van. Hello, Michael. That's awesome. We thank Michael for coming on, giving us the State of the Union address of the YSCC, rivaling President Trump's State of the Union. I think Michael did a better job than President Trump did. We've got to give him kudos for that. Emily with a beautiful jump stop and puts it home. That was really, really gifted. What she did there, not to travel, came down with both feet and put it up from there. And the Moose are within one. Yeah, you said Emily came on. She's had some rebounds and she started the offense and has distributed the ball well.
Yeah, and not only
and
that,
Catherine Sanborn coming in the game has made a difference as well.
I almost want to say Billings' ability to go down and rebound has actually kind of boosted the intensity a little bit. Nice jump stop again. Or not.
Or not.
My thought was both feet came down at the same time.
Yeah. And that's the key, right? You got to get them down.
Yeah, they have to come down as one, as your two steps.
Yeah. I thought she did. But we're high above courtside. Billings going to get called on the foul here. It's only going to be the third foul, so no shooting situation yet. Remember, get to 5 fouls. The Moose will shoot if they get fouled. Much better D by the Moose here in the final 5 minutes or so of this contest, the second quarter.
Yeah, you know, the ebbs and flow of a game and the adjustments within, you know, the game itself are a sign of a good team, and it's a matter of making those. And UMA's done a really nice job of being able to, like you just said, Rob, their offense has continued throughout, as we've seen now NHTI really stall because of the defensive adjustments that we've seen from UMA.
Sydney LeBlanc's first basket of the game is a 3. Gives the Moose, I believe it's their first lead at 36-34. So Moose have come back. They were down by 10, Nate. They've come back.
Yeah, I believe that the only lead they had was the first shot of the game when Sydney made that first shot. That was it.
So they haven't led since then. Scoring starting to balance out a little bit. Stevens went 9, Billings went 4. Sidney LeBlanc just hit the 3.
Number 14, Jillian Duzen.
And now here comes some pressure by the Lynx. They want to try to disrupt the flow. Billings, good ball handler. Billings comes hard in the corner to Sydney Moore. Pulls it out, stolen away. Billings in harassment mode. Sanborn there too. Doesn't matter, they'll get it to Martell. Travel before the shot. So final 24, shot clock off. Moose lead by 1.
Yeah, heck of a comeback here for
Really nice.
the Moose.
So Moose would time to milk this clock right down to the final if they want to. But Sanborn's going to go coast to coast, go up hard. I think the defense was lulled into the sense that maybe they were going to hold for it, and Catherine Sanborn saw the lane open up, took it hard.
Yeah,
so.
I think you're exactly right, Rob. And like I had mentioned before, that's her strength. That's her offensive game, is the dribble drive down inside, and she definitely saw that lane develop on the left side. The defense, as everyone else suspected, they're going to hold for the last shot and last possession, but good decision there to be able to bring it to all the way down to the basket and draw the foul.
And that one goes halfway down out. Which way it's going to go? It's going to go off of Sidney LeBlanc, so it'll be Lynx basketball. Duzanis to inbound. Moose will pressure. They're at 4 fouls, so a foul would cause a shot, and there's your foul. Petrovic gets called on the foul. This will be Brianna Conley going to the line. First one's good. Conley, you've got a second one. She's out of Allenstown, New Hampshire. And she got them both. So we're tied at 37. 7 seconds left. Here comes Emily Billings. Emily underneath, inbounds with 2.6 left on the clock. One of the nice new things, our update out of the scoreboard goes to tenths of seconds now, so that's really cool. 2.6. It's really quite a device. I know we've explained it a few times if you're watching for the first time.
So this is a little interesting there.
Yeah.
She had to crawl underneath the table.
Who's under?
To get the ball. I think that's Sanborn.
Hey, yay. Huh? That's great stuff. I mean, could you imagine a Division I kid on scholarship crawling under the table, get a ball? It wouldn't happen. He'd be calling his agent to say, they want me to go under the table. Back outside at the buzzer. Good take. And we'll have to play a second half to decide this one. We're tied at the half, 37-37. Well, we'll pause down for halftime and chance to look at the stats. We'll come back. We'll give you those stats before we start. Second half action here. The Moose with a comeback. It's tied at 37.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munson Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munson Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation. The Leavitt Hornets have established themselves as one of the leading football programs in the state of Maine.
Goes to down, it's got his man wide open down the seam, going to be 6. Touchdown Hornets, just what the doctor ordered.
And the Hornets know when it comes to fundraising that Maine athletic fundraising is just what the doctor ordered.
So here we are today at Leavitt Area High School, and I've been working with Coach Hathaway. This will be my 9th year kicking off his team. They're a great program in the state of Maine, and I enjoy kicking them off every year. They've got motivated kids, and they do a real good job with the fundraiser every year. I think you guys are ready to roll. What do you think? Yeah. Good luck, guys. Thank you. You got it. You're all set.
So we've been working with Maine Athletic Fundraising for the last 10 years with Mark Smith. Mark's been very helpful to our program. The nice thing is we're in the preseason, double sessions, a lot going on, but they come in and take care of everything. Give the players a good talk, pump them up for the fundraising, get them the materials they need and some ideas to sell the cards, and then they get the kids out and go. So it's been very helpful to our program. We've been able to raise thousands of dollars every year, and it helps us out a lot.
So snow for runners can pose a lot of problems, and it's really not just snow, it's the winter as a whole. So the first thing that you have to watch out for is just kind of cold temperatures. I mean, anybody that transitions from 70-degree indoor weather or running outside and all of a sudden goes out and it's 12 degrees, 15 degrees, it's going to play a much different toll on the body. So one of the things we have to do is make sure we kind of dress appropriately and you prepare yourself well for it. One of the other things you have to watch out for is kind of snow, ice, anything like that that could change the surface that you're running on. So any kind of change in surface sets anybody up for any kind of injury. It could be a slippery surface that you could fall on, or just kind of running in snow that could make your kind of feet wet and propose any kind of injury there as well. Some of the best ways to kind of dress in the winter is layering. I mean, when you step out the door, you go from a 70-degree temperature to maybe 20 degrees. At first, you're probably going to be a little bit chilly, but you get a mile into maybe a 5-mile run, you're going to start to warm up pretty quickly. So one of the things you need to be ready for is to say, hey, if I needed to take something off, could I? Don't head out the door with one big puffy jacket on and all of a sudden find yourself overheated and no ability to kind of take that off. So multiple layers is a really important kind of thing, and then the fabrics that you wear really play into that. So any kind of cotton fabric or something that's really soft might feel great, but once it gets wet, it's not going to dry. So using things such as polyester blends or a light kind of merino wool or something like that that would take some of that saturation and kind of dissipate it, get it away from your body, tends to work really well. There's a lot of different running shoes that you could wear in the winter. I think first step, it really depends on what you're running on. If it's a cold day that the roads are bare, I mean, you can use anything from your normal running shoe to something that could be a little bit different. You might put a trail shoe on to have a little bit more traction. The sole on most kind of trail shoes have a little bit more kind of tread to them that would grip the ground a little bit better. Probably if there was a little bit of snow, that could be handy. If it starts to become icy or a surface that could be much more slippery, you probably want to use something that could be kind of like this that has kind of traction that's kind of built into it. So these are just little sheet metal screws that I've put in the bottom of this pair of shoes and add some traction. They also have some external stabilizers that do a very similar job to this that kind of strap over any kind of running shoe. And they can do the same type of thing, just provide some different traction so that if you are on that ice or slippery surface, that would be a good way to kind of stay afloat and not fall down. Putting screws in the shoes is a little bit tricky. You got to make sure that you put the screws kind of in an appropriate place. So the first thing that you need to watch out for is to make sure the depth of the screw is not going to penetrate the bottom of the shoe. You definitely don't want to screw in your foot. So one of the things that I do is I use a small screw, something that's not going to go too deep, and I put it in the areas that I'm going to contact more. So I put a little bit through the heel, but then I tend to be a little bit kind of heavier up front. Depending on the style that you're running and the way that you're running, that's going to play into kind of where those screws should go. When you're running in something that's really slushy, one of the things that kind of ends up, you're still going to have some of the slippery surface, but you also start to get a lot of splash kind of up off the roads. One of the things that you can wear is something like a running gaiter. So this is something that goes over your ankle, but also attaches to your shoe. So any kind of slush or anything that could be popping off the road and kind of going onto your pants, which could be getting them wet, something like this that could be waterproof would help to keep that off there. The other thing to be mindful of, if it is going to be slushy, using a shoe such as this that could be a Gore-Tex shoe, so your foot's not going to get as wet, so you step in a small kind of slushy puddle that would saturate kind of any other shoe. Something like this is going to keep that kind of water out of there. With the gaiter combination, it's going to keep the water off your pants as well. So the best socks to wear if you're going to be out and running in the snow or the kind of colder weathers, I mean, again, you want to have something that's probably not going to be a cotton-based sock. That cotton's going to get pretty wet from your sweat in the first couple minutes and it's going to stay wet. You want something that's going to be even like some kind of polyester blend or some kind of synthetic blend, possibly a wool sock that's going to allow that kind of sweat to kind of get away from the foot so that the foot can dry off a little bit better. Really important that when you're heading out for your run that you're doing an appropriate warm-up. You got to make sure that you transition yourself from the activity that you were doing before. If you get up from your desk and you've been sitting inside and it's 72 degrees at your workplace and you walk outside and it's 12 degrees, you need to make sure that you transition well there. One of the things that you can do is something as simple as doing some jumping jacks, light push-ups, run in place, things of that nature just to get your heart rate elevated. Another good kind of rule of practice is to do some dynamic stretching. Light, kind of shorter holds, but going through some walking type stretches just to kind of loosen things up, elevate the heart rate before you step out the door to kind of get going. Once you're out the door, the key is transitioning in. Don't step out and start off at your fast kind of mile pace. Take the first mile or 2 miles if you're going to go for a couple, and ease your way in. Make sure that you kind of transition, build yourself up, and then once you've got a nice little sweat going, you can actually kind of build into kind of what your run would be like. So when you're running in the winter, one of the things that can be hard as far as safety is the visibility. So you get up in the morning, the sun might not be coming up until 7 o'clock. A lot of people are running before the sunlight actually hits. So one of the things that you need to pay attention to is, one, for the runner themselves, being able to see. So using something such as a simple little headlamp to go on their head just so they can see their footing, making sure that they're not slipping as they're running. The other thing is we want anybody else to be able to see you. So if you are running on the roads, using some kind of reflective gear, they make vests to different straps to different kind of lights that you can put on yourself, as well as a lot of clothing now has in different type of reflective that's built into it that would help any pedestrian or motorist that could be kind of coming at you to be able to see you a little bit better. After you get back from your run, one of the things that you want to make sure that you do is once you have kind of everything down is do a nice little cool down. You want to make sure that you take that temperature from being elevated kind of outside to saying, how can I kind of get myself back towards kind of a resting state? Doing some light stretching, possibly a type of kind of soft tissue work such as foam rolling or stick work just to kind of loosen up the muscles can be really important. I think one of the other things that a lot of people forget in the winter is hydration. You go out and you run in the winter, you don't think about staying hydrated because it's not warm out. But in the winter, we can lose just as much fluid as we can in the summer. It's really important that you would still use the same hydration tips that you would in the summer, even when it's 10 degrees out. So some of the best places to run around here in the winter are trying to find some surfaces that could be cleared off. So one of the things that you can look at is some of the local tracks. The people will run on those and it'll kind of keep the snow kind of packed down a little bit. Some of the trails in the area will actually get packed down by different snowmobiles, so it might be a little bit slippery, but it could actually be fairly easy to kind of run in. As well as kind of Back Bay, kind of around Portland. Nice little trail, again, can get slippery kind of after they clear it off. They tend to keep it cleared pretty well, which works. And I think roads can be great. Roads are great options to kind of run in the winter, but again, you need to watch out for the different surfaces. If there was a little bit of ice buildup, or when the snowbanks kind of get higher towards the end of the winter, can you see around the corners? Are motorists able to kind of see you? Still becomes really important. If you start to find that you're having troubles on the road, they're not able to see you or you're not able to see them, other options are going inside. I mean, people can always kind of go to a treadmill and use something like that just to kind of get away from kind of the variables that could be outside that could create some kind of risk.
Back here at the Augusta Civic Center, Rob Munzing, Nate Munzing here to bring you second half of a good game, 37-37 here at the half. Glad you could join us here from Munzing Media's production of YSCC basketball. Take a look at the scoring stats, individual scoring stats for you. Olivia Langeman has 12 points. Michaela Byron, 6 points. Melissa Martell, 5. Brooklyn Zanis has 5 points. Brianna Conley, 4 points. They're the leading scorers for the Lynx. We'll take a look here as action permits for the Moose. And out of bounds gives us a chance to look at the Moose scoring. Sydney Moore, 18 points. Kate Stevens with 9. Emily Billings, 4. Sydney LeBlanc, 3. Catherine Sanborn, 3. For the Moose. So as you see, 37-37, we stay here, just underway. Martell and Sanborn with the rebound. Catherine's had a good, strong game tonight on the floor as well as passing. And Billings will have it outside here. She's got Martell on her. Sanborn with a lane. She's going to pop it up, iron it, loose, right back inside to Sydney, and she went up and got the foul.
Yeah, and I think they missed the first one, Rob. The first shot, she kind of had what seemed like a pretty easy one, and if it weren't for, a foul that occurred, it looked like the ball wouldn't have traveled underneath the rim like it did.
So we'll wish the Lynx men's team a safe trip home. Micah says they're in the van down by the river watching the game.
Number 10, Sydney Moore gets 2 more at the line.
So Sydney, she got herself 20 points for the game.
Yeah, nice job there. I think that's Sanborn just set up for the offensive foul. We don't see it a lot in the women's games, and it depends on the team, right? There's a defensive style that occurs, and some teams are more shot block oriented, and then there are other ones that set up for that play. And I think UMA would really be a much better defensive team down underneath if that occurred more often.
Boy, that was a nice half-court ball movement that time. They worked it around. It came back to Billings, and she was outside for the three-point shot. No hesitation by Emily. Put it up and drilled it. Back outside now. This is Byron with a three-point attempt. Billing.
I think Emily's got to be the most improved, and I don't say from just a skill standpoint, but the impact that she has on a game, Rob. I think I just talked her up, and boom, she had the turnover.
Zanis
but there's an example of it right there.
Good
her ability
example.
to go back and forth, and her effort, as they call them, she gets Tommy points left and right, and that's in reference to her effort plays that aren't written down as stats in the book, but they do accumulate to prevent or start momentum swings, and there, a nice job by the other one is Sanborn.
Back outside now. Here's a cut. Billings on the cut, kicks it back outside. Open look, that one's going to iron. And doing a good job dribbling out traffic is Zanis. She's going to pop a three. Rolls it up, no. And Sydney Moore with the rebound. Sydney brings it up. Gets a pick out high. Chamberlain come back out and get it, and whistle.
You got injury timeout with Sanborn. I don't know.
I didn't see what happened to Catherine, but she's gone over to the bench.
Her mouth right now.
They're calling the trainer there, so it was one of those things you didn't see happen.
Or she just got sick is all. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take the camera away from that. Poor Sanborn down the other side of the hustle play.
Yeah, she plays hard, and she's didn't start the game tonight. Came in, had an immediate impact. Well, you're talking about Emily Billings, Nate, and the things that surprise you about Emily's game, and we tell you, and one of the things the ball keeps finding her. She's one of those kids the ball comes to. She's got 6 rebounds, and she leads the team in rebounds. And she's at 5'3", she's the shortest kid out there, and it's one of those things. She's just in good placement. She's in the right place at the right time, and she's a little spark plug here. Plays hard, plays a good floor game. She sees the floor well. She's good at breaking the press. She can be a one-person press breaker for you because she's so quick, lightning quick. So, and I'm sure, once it was definitive with, what Caitlin's status was going to be, and, Coach Stern now says, okay, here are the new roles. Here's what everybody has to do.
That's a good point.
We have to figure this out. And Coach Stern has done a good job of adapting as well. And there's a shot clock violation. We don't see that often, but you saw it tick down on the scoreboard. But that's part of what Coach Stern had to do, and he did it. And he's got the kids playing well here certainly tonight against an opponent that beat him earlier in the season. So long way to go in this one, 42-37. But they get down by 10 or so, I think 11 at one point, and kids making plays all over the place. Scooting in there was Petrovic to tie the ball up. So.
Yeah, and there's a mental aspect to that, too, as a team, Rob, that you were talking about. Coach Stern's got to get the girls or the ladies ready to mentally take that on, because losing, in essence, your best player is hard to swallow as just a team. So you're right. They've done a pretty good job here as of late, as they're fighting for this particular spot as we move towards the latter half or the finish of the season. To be able to feel more comfortable and know that they can still play and compete at the level.
So Steele down the other way, lipped up a little bit short was Byron. And ball's loose, and let's see, it's going to go out of bounds. Couldn't be held in. Yeah, well, the Moose are trying to get back to even up in the rankings for the YSCC. They came into this one, as we said, at 7 and 8, so they could end up 8 and 8. Popped in halfway down and out, and as good as Sydney was in the first half, she's having a little trouble here getting going in the second, but she needs to keep shooting because she's a purebred shooter, and certainly keep those shots coming. And I think she will. She understands that the large part of the offense has to come through her, and it has done that so far tonight, and will continue to do it as they move into playoff action.
Yeah, and I think one of the things, talking a little bit about the tournament too, that this the YSCC is one of the best leagues in the country.
Sure, at this level.
This level,
Yep.
They have CM has been a national champion. They're always in the last game, and it does show a little bit of the type of play that comes out of this league at the women's.
It goes
Billings is just full go.
Yeah.
You can't match her speed. And the other thing that's really
hyper
interesting,
speed.
yeah, the warp speed, if you will, is that she's still under control. She's not out of control when she's at that speed. It's just it's a completely different level than most of the players in this league.
Yeah, well, she's like a little bit like Abby Ramirez of Southern Maine Community College, about the same size and all. And there's some really good point guards. Alex, no one better than Alex Bessie in this league, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And Alex put on a game last night, certainly in command of that. What was a sputtering offense early on for the Mustangs, which you don't say very often, but they stayed cool, calm, and collected. And we do the Mustang games as folks that watch know, and we love all our teams. And one of the things about Alex Bessie, I'm always kidding Alex. I said, "When are you going to sweat? I mean, come on, Alex. She's just so cool, calm, and collected out there, and she's a different style point guard than Emily. Emily's more like Abby Ramirez, that they splatter themselves all over the place and go at hyper speeds." And out of bounds. 43-42. The Lynx have come back in this one. It was 37-37. Then it was an early lead, and part of the big reason, Langevin been good.
Yeah, having Sanborn out is hurt UMA a little bit here, Rob. She is probably dealing with something as she got sick. I think maybe even the flu, obviously, is that time of year. So.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why she didn't start, because Catherine's usually in the lineup. So She's been given everything that she has out there, that's for sure. 46-42, Lynx. 4:50 here left in the third. Laid up and home. Langevin again. She's been really, really solid. We'll see what she's got cooking here on the individual stats. Olivia's got 19 points. Inside. And nice hard finish by Mallory Chamberlain.
Yeah, nice little extra dribble brought her back over to that right-hand side.
Way downtown, Duzanis.
I mean, just interesting to see NHTI take that shot. There's no rebounder down underneath, but when you hit it, you don't need them.
Comes more on the take and gets fouled. Spun back to her left side. First one's good by Sydney. Sydney Moore, 21 points for Sydney now.
Number 10, Sydney Moore.
Hit them both. Come the Lynx. Martel got it knocked away, out of bounds. Sanborn back in the game, wearing number 22. Back outside to Moore. Moore takes, puts it up, gets a rebound, kicks it back outside to Stevens. Late cut Billings, goes up off the glass and home. Emily saw the lane, took it, got the good feed.
And
put
heck
it
of
home.
a find there by Stevens out towards that baseline. Gave the pump fake to Sydney Moore down underneath, and then was able to find Billings as a cutter, as you mentioned, Rob.
Hell ball favor the Moose, I believe. Yes, it does. So. Sanborn goes, kicks it back out. Billings on the cut underneath. It went off her shin, I believe, and the ball's loose. Stevens has got it. Got it to Sydney. She launches and hits a 3-ball. We got more going on. Travel. So here come the Moose. And as you pointed out, Nate, the Moose went into a mini slump there when Catherine had to go out when she wasn't feeling well. So she went in the locker room and had to change up. She did that. She's got a new shirt on. She's 22 now. Sydney, they come right out on her. Drilled inside. They're trying to get into LeBlanc and couldn't do it. Benjamin ahead. A nice rebound pulled down by Kate Stevens.
Yeah, good aggressive job going up and getting that and securing it.
Something off the ball.
Yeah, I think Billings was held as she was cutting on the backside there.
Well, an advantage now here for the Moose. That's the 5th foul, so we'll be shooting here for the remainder of this quarter. The 2:23 left in it.
Yeah, they'll just have to be aggressive here moving forward, like you just mentioned in 2:23. Offensively, going to start taking the ball a whole little bit and try and draw some fouls your way, get to the line and hit some free throws.
Because if you haven't followed up on women's basketball with where they changed the rule back a couple of years ago, this will wipe out at the end of the quarter. So they've got 2:22 to be shooting. So you're right there. Stars should dictate. Little pop back. Duzanis got it back outside here to Martell. Yes, Martell, number 2. She got stolen. Billings was ahead of the pack, and they couldn't get it to her. Inside finish smartly there by Byron. Michaela Byron. 2-point lead for the Lynx. Skipped inside. LeBlanc went up, got it knocked away, got it to Billings. Billings skipped inside. Stevens up, no, goes over and commits a foul as she was on the rebounding action. Duzanis had inside position. She got bumped and foul called, only the 3rd on the Moose. Martell. Byron got ripped away, but she'll go the free throw line as she was in the act of shooting. Now the 4th foul, but a shooting foul anyway. Byron to get a second one here. And she's got 1 of 2.
Number 3, Michaela Byron.
3-point game. 1:34 left. Billings. Tried to get it in, and that was knocked away. Duzanis in the corner. This Billings another rebound. Emily spins. Sanborn goes back door. She's got it. Skips it inside. Good feed to Moore. Goes up twice. Second time fouled. So that was a good feed inside out of the hands of Catherine Sanborn. Sydney Moore's going to get 2 shots. Good chance to close this down to 1 if she hits both. No seniors on the floor or in the lineup or on the bench, actually, for the Moose. Caitlin LaFountain, the only senior who will graduate from this year's program. And Caitlin, unfortunately, her season has come to an end. So the Moose will be out on the recruiting trail, I'm sure, to bring some more in. But everybody you see on the floor will be back next year. And
1 minute remaining in the
that bodes well.
Oh, great
Good defense. Yeah, that was LeBlanc getting her hand in.
Yeah, LeBlanc just kind of taking the shoulder there and put on the lean back a little bit. The ball was exposed, and she did a nice job of ripping it out.
Under a minute. We've got a 1-point game. Sanborn will pull down the rebound. Emily Billings tracks that one down. Now goes to work. Over to Moore. Sydney pops it back. Got it all now. What a pretty shot she's got.
You just can't defend it, can you, Rob? Just a quick up fake, and you have to honor that because she's shooting so well, and that gets you up in the air, and then she just takes a quick dribble and step back and
count it. Boy, that was floated in nicely there by Martell, Melissa Martell. Took the contact and floated it home, but to get back to Moore, she's been on fire. See what her shots are. I think probably, I'm guessing that Domi Lewis in one of the last 2 seasons, and they probably set the record for threes by the Moose, because she had, remember a game that we did there that she shot crazy.
Yeah, she almost made it unreachable. I don't want to say it is unreachable, but I mean, it's a staggering number for 3-pointers.
Outside, this will count if it goes. Glass, no. And that's going to do it. So a 3-point game here heading into the 4th. You see the score. The Lynx 60, the Moose 57. Well, we'll take a break. We'll step away. We'll come back. Stay with us for an exciting 4th quarter of action here when we come back after this.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Muncie Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Muncie Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Muncie Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Muncie Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
We're back. Rob Munson, Nate Munson. One more quarter of basketball here. You missed the men's game. It was a shootout. Probably one of the highest scoring games that we've ever brought you here on Munson Media. 127 to 113 win for the Lynx over the Moose. Unfortunately, not able to see Caitlin LaFountain, number 21, in action. We were here to cover her 1,000-point last year. That was a nice night. She finished his career with 1,415 points. One of the premier players in this league during her 4 years.
Number 3, Michaela Byron.
Byron with a good take and finish. Makes it 62-57. Sanborn comes. Trying to get Sydney loose. She's got a foul shot. And she'll swoop in and tie it up, and possession will favor the Moose. So.
Yeah, foul shot's too close for her.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
step
dribble
back
out behind the arc. Inbound. Comes into LeBlanc. Sanborn now. Sanborn in the paint, kicks it back outside. LeBlanc's going to let one go. Irons it. She chases it down. Stevens, late cut. Sanborn dishes underneath to Billings. Billings goes up. I think she thought she was going to get contested, and everything stopped. And
well, we had a mess down underneath the basket, and then on the rebounding action, Stevens made a little bit of contact with it was number 14 for NHTI.
Duzanis, okay.
And she kind of just stopped.
And it looked like she was hurt. That's what
it looked like. She got hit in the mouth or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So she went out, but I think she's okay.
Points counted though.
Everybody's spilling on the floor now. We've got scrums going on. Sanborn is a little gimpy getting up.
Yeah, she's holding her knee and looked like she's not putting much pressure on her left leg. She looks okay though.
Good. She's all set. We'll go back court. Now that was touched in the front court, but no possession.
It must be the call there, right? No possession.
It tipped off her hand, went in there, so there was no possession, so it couldn't be a backcourt violation. That's where we miss Andy. Tipped around. Martell's got it. She swoops it up and home. She's had a couple of big baskets here in the late going. 64-59 now. 5-point lead. Big possession here coming up for the Moose. They get it inside to Kate Stevens. She swarms in and can't keep it loose, and off it comes to Martell. Byron. She goes in, loses it out of bounds. Let's see, did the Moose get a piece of it? They did. They look to dig in on the D to the Moose. And that was a big stop for the Moose. Billings goes up and home.
Nice job by LeBlanc to set that up, Rob. She took a dribble and that had to pull the defender over to her, and it really opened up Billings down on that, on that wing position without anyone being able to really guard her.
Emily Billings with 13 points now. Good defense by Sanborn. And Coach Alex Stern wants to take the timeout. Be a full timeout, so we'll take the timeout as well. Come back. We've got 7:29 left to play when we come back. More basketball after this.
No one likes to wait for anything. Who has extra time to waste?
The answer is no one.
We get it. It used to be hard to get in here, but things have changed.
Your world is moving fast, and so are we.
If you've been hurt at work, at home, on the field, or on the course, we can see you fast.
The orthopedic team at Spectrum Healthcare Partners is here to keep you out there on your schedule.
Ortho Access is now open in Saco at OA Centers for Orthopedics, 15 Lund Road, Monday through Fridays. Come visit us with your acute injuries, pains, and strains. We'll get you back to the activities you enjoy.
Back here, Rob Munson, Nate Munson, 7:29. We're in the fourth quarter. What will be our last Moose call of the season? We may see the Moose play again. It would be at the YSCC Final Four from Kirk Hall on the campus of Central Maine Community College, as Munson Media will be the official streaming vendor here for the tournament. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great weekend of basketball. It's a couple of weeks from here, 2 weekends from here. Quarterfinals will go on that Saturday. Week from this Saturday. Nice loop inside to Chamberlain. She goes up, can't get it. She's got the rebound. Kicks it back outside, LeBlanc. Now they'll get it in the hands of Sydney Moore. Billings has got a lane. She goes in, floats it up, won't go. Rebounds tipped around, and out it comes here for the Lynx. Byron, right side. Byron gets it back. She's going to take it left side. She got it lost. I think somebody got a piece of it. It might have been Billings.
Yeah.
Billings with those quick hands. Emily, right side. Chamberlain way out. No, off of Billings. And they tried to skip it into her. And Billings was actually looking to come back out of the key area because she was 3 seconds. So 64-61. Byron going to pop. Look good. Rebounds. Lynx second chance. Here comes Billings. Got LeBlanc. Skipped inside. Back to Billings, and she lays it in.
Great give and go. Some old school basketball.
Yeah, Sydney LeBlanc's a good passer, Nate. We've seen a couple of times tonight that Sydney's made beautiful feeds. She's old school in the with the bounce pass there. She's been well coached up by Coach Al Vinziano. Pull back out here by Billings. Emily goes. LeBlanc there, she's got to look. Takes it, won't go. Rebound came way out.
Ooh, man, missed a walk there.
Might have got away with him. Good step in there. Kate Stevens read it well.
Yeah, I think UMA's just got to go here, Rob. You know, a good decision by Sydney.
She goes, gets a rebound, going to go back up. Going to go back up again. Finally, she draws a foul.
Seemed like it was just a matter of time before they get that foul call. It looked like it was going to be a shot number 2, but no whistle. And she's lucky enough that, you know, it seems like there was a foul because the ball came right back down to her. Didn't even reach the rim, so.
Chalk up the 30th point.
Wow, it's a fantastic.
It's got to be a
night
career
for her.
high.
Yeah.
I'm going on a limb here. We don't have her stats over the course of her career, but 31 points.
Sydney Moore is good for 2 more at the line.
Almost half of the points for Sydney. And that's what you need. She's got to be the scorer, and we knew that coming in, and she's fulfilled that role, and the kids have got her the ball. Popped outside. Zanis hits a 3-point shot. 3-point shot. We'll get a timeout. 2-point lead now for the Lynx. We'll stay right here with this one. Thank our good friends at UMA for another great year of basketball. You know, these kids got the beautiful facility here at the Augusta Civic Center, but not for all their home games. So sometimes they have what they call away home games, where we started the season and did one of those home games down at Central Maine Community College. They've also played at Unity College. We did a game up there. They also play down sometimes at Southern Maine Community College. So, you know, sometimes these kids are at a somewhat of a disadvantage, but they never complain. They just adapt and go. These kids are student athletes in the very best sense of the word here for sure. Many of these kids are Dean List students, and good number of them multi-sport athletes as well. They got some work to do here, down by a couple, tipped around and loose. Martell comes, lays it up and in.
Number 2, Melissa Martell.
Billings looped inside and pushed, I think, from behind was Stevens. So
yeah, NHTI's done a nice job this quarter, Rob, without fouling. That's the first foul, second foul for them. They had Sydney wide
missed
open.
her. They missed her.
Nice.
Goes back on the D, but boy, what a swoop move that was.
Great move. Yeah, set up almost by the dribble. She started to kind of widen out, and it brought Billings over to her. And then just a quick little step inside really opened it up.
Billings has got a roll and home. Boy, she controls her ball so well, doesn't she? It looks like she's going to lose it sometimes, but she's got a nice soft put up off the glass, and it gives her the benefit of the roll. Martell goes. Block from behind by Billings. And now held ball, and let's see which way that's pointing. I can't tell because I can't see the shot clock, so it's going to be in favor of the Moose. Halfway through this quarter. Lauren Bisson in the game, number 24, out of Manchester, New Hampshire for the Lynx. And I think coming into the game was Sanborn. Here comes some pressure. They'll get it in. Sanborn gets it ahead. LeBlanc back outside. Stevens going to hold. Nice cut to the basket by LeBlanc. Puts it up and home.
Fantastic
Kate
roll.
Stevens.
Yeah, pick and roll. We talked a little bit about LeBlanc and her give and go ability, but they are a nice job setting the screen and then rolling to the basket.
Held outside now.
That's going down the other way.
Conley in the game and loses it out of bounds, and chance now on this possession for the Moose to come down and tie it.
Yeah, got to work the ball to at least give Sydney a look here, don't you think, Rob? I mean, she hasn't had touches. They've been able to score because they've done a nice job at sending everybody up and then kind of rolling down towards the basket, but she's got to get the ball.
Well, she got it here, but she's going to have to get over the timeline. There she goes. Now she'll give it up, and now they'll get in the half-court offense. They tried to thread it through, and that was intercepted by Conley. Ahead, Bisson couldn't get it. Moose got it here, so we're back set to where we were, one basket game. And they're going to
She didn't have possession. She got the ball knocked away from her, didn't she, Rob?
I thought so, and grabbed it back. So looked funny, but I think there was a time of non-possession.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure. It's a little scattered play here for the past couple of possessions each way. They'll see if they set it down with 3 minutes left here in the game. Skip back outside to Martell. She's going to put one up. Won't go. Saved? No. That was a good effort. Not able to keep it in was Duzanis.
Yeah, that's too bad that actually wasn't a save, because if they would have pushed the ball up, they would have had a 5-on-4 down the other end.
So we've been stuck here for about a minute or so at 71-69. Now in the half court. LeBlanc's got to get it into Moore. She holds, gets it back outside. Sanborn's got it. They're really trying to deny the ball. And rolled home by Emily Billings. They were so concerned with Sydney Moore that the help defense didn't come, and it opened up on the right side because the defender was locked on Sydney Moore, as you would expect her to be. Tipped away. Comes into the Lynx. Back outside, Martell. She's going to go. She's been good this quarter. Lays it up. Doesn't go. Ripped down by Kate.
Stevens.
Kate says, get out of here.
With some authority. I like that. She's done that the last couple times. Those are huge rebounds.
Under 2 minutes. Crunch time here. Tied at 71. Moore's got it. Back outside to LeBlanc. They tried to thread it inside. Billings got it. There's your shooter. Up and nailed. Sydney!
I love it. She's showing a little emotion, giving herself a little clap there on the way down.
Big offensive board. Popped outside. Ironed up. Third opportunity. Won't go. Oof. And then niftily done.
I think that they were
Langevin,
just,
yeah.
UMA was a little flat-footed down underneath,
so.
Rob. The ball was just being put up one after the other, and there was really no, understanding or timing that they were able to see the ball go up and be able to time the rebounds.
And, Langevin came in, and she was able to put up a fancy shot. The other two shots were conventional shots, and she was able to flip one up there and got rolled home. So we got a 1-point game, 1:23 left. Let's take a look at the foul situation. No fouls in this quarter against the Moose, and only 2 fouls against the Lynx. So if you can play keep away a little bit, you can milk the shot clock down. It's not like the team that gets behind can send the other to the line, Nate. So
right.
That'll factor in. So it'll be a full court pressure situation here by the Lynx. We'll see what the Moose do against this. They'll try to get it to Billings. They do. They got numbers immediately. Here comes Billings. Billings goes. And got called on the travel.
Yeah, one of the things I was going to say, you don't want to be too aggressive here. And that kind of set itself up to basically being that scenario, Rob. I don't blame Billings to take that all the way down like she did.
Lost.
Now they can sit on it. Sit on it just a little while, wait for the shot clock to run down.
Yeah, this is probably when you want to milk the shot clock if you can. And have the ball end up to Sydney. Here she comes. Sydney, pop back, got a block. That was good defense that time. Come to Lynx. Chance for the Lynx to go ahead. Martel throws it underneath. And they try to throw it inside. They do, and they roll it around the rim and in. 75-74. We're going down the wire at this one. LeBlanc's got it. And Coach Stern wants to take a timeout. We'll stay right with it here.
Yeah, you got to drop a play here, Rob, because you can't come down and one, you want to eat some time up, because either that or you want to shoot on the front half of the 32nd, right? So
right, so you can get another
within this 10 seconds. So you at least have last possession if they run the clock all the way down.
So we'll take a look at the difference between the game clock and the shot clock, and you can see it clearly right there on your screen, which is nice that we have that. 40.7 seconds left, 26 on the shot clock. So as Nate says, you may want to come in here and maybe set something right up out of bounds and get an early shot so you guarantee yourself a final possession, because the differential is 1 point. So even if you launch, Nate, miss, the Lynx go down. Remember, you can't send them to the line because you haven't fouled this
Right,
quarter.
exactly. That's a big part of it, because right now at the clock, the game clock at 40 seconds, they're going to have to make or take a shot, basically out the inbound, right? I mean, you want at least 5 seconds, because if they run the shot clock down to 30, you're going to have at least last possession with 5 seconds on a miss. Now, if you go down and you make it, you want to have eaten up as much time as possible. It's one of those. It's the hindsight kind of scenario here in a sense. Do you want to play for 2, or you want to be able to bring it down and execute well?
So it'll be side out down right below us here. And they'll try to get it in. They do to Sanborn. Got to think they probably want to see if they can't get the ball in the hands of Sydney. They go back cut, out of bounds. So 30 seconds in 30 seconds. So
yeah, so now you got to try and get the steal.
Now you got to go after it, because they don't have to do anything with it. They can hold it, and you can't send it a line.
Yeah, now you're going to take.
It's hard to foul 5 times in 26 seconds.
Yeah,
I guess you could do
but
it.
But you're going to have to at this point, and that's what I was trying to avoid on the miss here. If they would have a differential between the shot clock, if it wasn't off, then they wouldn't have had to foul, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
They could have just played their normal defense, let that 30 seconds run off, and then had last possession. But now they have to foul. I mean,
well, you can play super aggressive on any ball situation.
Yeah, any
and probably double and go after the ball, and maybe you'll get yourself a steal. And if you do commit the foul, no harm, no foul at this point, because they're just going to side out again, and you can lock the defense on. So what you can do when they come in, you can make them have to inbound again, where you get a better chance to make a steal, Nate. So you need to foul immediately as the ball comes in.
Yeah, I mean, you have 4 opportunities here trying to get a steal.
Right. So what you want to do is have them have to put the ball in play as many times as possible. They won't guard the defender.
Ooh, almost had it. Got a foul now immediately.
Billings almost got it. You got to go get
a
it.
Foul. There you go. Good job by Sanborn.
And that's got to be the strategy here for the remainder.
You got to know that up screen's happening. Got to come off on it. Nice job there on this one. Oof. Could have had an offensive foul.
And you hope you maybe get a 5-second call if you can get that. But, of course, the Lynx they'll be well primed to take a timeout if they need to. So that's Billings' 4th foul. You don't want her committing the foul. So you got to tell her.
Yeah, she can stay on the ball.
That's Sydney Moore's foul. So as they play keep away, when they get the benefit of a
yeah, that was a close. There was a lot of space between LeBlanc.
That was a home cooking foul. That was a quick one.
So this if they don't get the steal, the foul will put them to the line. But you're right, it can't be Sydney Moore can't foul.
And then they took the timeout from the bench, so that was good job over there at the bench by Coach Johnson. She was counting the clock in her head and knew that when it got to 3, you start calling timeout. Don't let them get a quick 5 count on you. So it's been a good game, 75-74. They were tied 37-37 at the half. We said, well, we'll have to play a second half to decide this, and we have done that. It's been a really well-played game and good high-scoring game, 75-74. So the Moose will come out. They'll have Sanborn, Billings, LeBlanc, Sydney Moore, Kate Stevens. And they'll look to match up. They'd love to get a 5 count if they could get it, but if not, they'll try to get a steal here. If not a steal, a quick foul. Come into the backcourt, probably not who you want to foul, but you got no choice. So they're still going to have some time. Even with 2 made, Nate, they get a chance to get a 3 and tie it back up. So 2 shots here. You just got to make sure if you're the Moose that you rebound the second shot in case it's a miss. So at 5 fouls, you shoot 2. So they got a chance, even with a make. 14.5 is going to be a lot of time. So it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, good timeout here by Coach Stern.
So the ball will come up.
Yep.
And you can decide what you're going to do. You're going to go for the tie, going to take it to the hoop.
Well, I think, Rob, you run that same set that they had. It just happened that Kate Stevens looked to her left. And Sydney Moore came to her right, and she was open, but the play was taking her to her left. She was trying to work it over to that side when it got taken away. So I think you run pretty much the same set. Just look to get Sydney the ball as much as you can. You got to have a great off-the-ball screen for her to really get her open. And, I mean, she's had an incredible game. You got to give her an opportunity for the last shot.
Yeah, 34 points for Sydney. The other score, if you're looking at who might take it to the basket, would be Emily Billings. She takes it to the ball, to the hole well. She's got 19 points on the game. So those are probably your 2 offensive options. And we'll see what Coach Alex Stern has drawn up as they'll take the ball out right in front of the bench almost.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to find out who's taking the ball. Okay, so Chamberlain's going to be taking the ball out.
So Chamberlain's come in. They'll spread it out.
Sanborn's going to go set the screen, it looks like, for Sydney or vice versa.
Lynx matched up in man, so it goes to Sanborn. They've got time. You'll see the clock. I don't have to call it for you. To Sydney.
Well, they had
back outside. They've got Sanborn for 3. Got it! At the buzzer, that won't do it. Catherine Sanborn with the 3 to win the game for the Moose. What a win for the Moose. They shut off Sydney Moore's chance to get the ball. It came to Sanborn, And what I liked about Catherine is she didn't hesitate. She put it up from behind the arc, and she drilled it home, no question about it. Catherine Sanborn with the win. What a game for Catherine. Went out not feeling well, had to go to the locker room, change up, came back with a clean shirt. And they slumped when she wasn't in there. Catherine came back in the game, and boy, oh boy, you talk about a clutch shot. Catherine Sanborn with the game winner for the Moose. This is a big win for the Moose. Catherine Sanborn hits it, only her second basket of the game. Finishes with 6.2 threes. And what a win here for the Moose. They'll win it 77-76. So the high scorers for your Moose, as we told you heading in. Sydney Moore, 34 points. Emily Billings with 19. Kate Stevens with 11. Catherine Sanborn with 6. None bigger than the final three-point basket that she hit. Sydney LeBlanc, 5 points. Mallory Chamberlain with 2 points for your Moose, and that's how it ends up, a score of 77-76. Well, there's some happy family members there. Catherine Sanborn, what a game. She got the game winner. Congratulations to Catherine Sanborn. Number 14 and number 22 tonight for Catherine, and she's some excited as she should be. Well, what a way to wrap it up here. Our final Moose call of the season here from the Augusta Civic Center. It's a win for the Moose, 77-76. Well, that's going to wrap it up, as we said, not only for tonight, but for our season here with the Moose. We want to thank all the fine people that we've had a chance to work with. Jen Laney, the fine athletic director. Both coaches, Coach Stern, Coach Ford, all the players for the Moose. And we hope to see them at the tournament down at Central Maine Community College. Until then, we're Muncie Media. We're proud to have brought you this season's Moose Call. Good night, everybody.